Well, the biggest thing right now, which is not new for everybody, is the latest innovations like AI and ML. And so firms in the professional services space are really seeing this as an opportunity to do more with less. So AI and ML is going to give them that opportunity to give time back to their workers to make sure they can focus on more valuable work and revenue generating work. The other big factor is that they're realizing they need to invest in technology to be able to take advantage of those innovations. A lot of firms are still using 20-year-old technology that's going to inhibit them from taking advantage of AI and ML to achieve those goals. And then lastly, people are still the biggest asset for any firm. So getting a pulse on their skills and what they have in their inventory is really key to make sure they're putting those skills in the places where they need to be.
It's a strange time. I think it's a time of massive change. There's a lot changing in the industry right now. Obviously, generative AI solutions. So what excites me is embracing that, but doing it in a consistent way, so that it's controlled, but we make best use of the technology that's available.
So we are now in a world where organisations will often say that they take a digital-first strategy. So that is, they'll look straight to technology when a challenge arises on their agenda, and there's an enormous opportunity for the IT function being able to step into that key role of helping address those challenges. But of course, with that comes pressure. There is the need to deliver solutions at the speed that is required by the business, and that might be in weeks or months rather than years. So there's this pressure to accelerate the delivery speed ultimately.
So AI as a proposition for our group and within the finance place, I think it sits at two levels. I think it sits at a level that is there that people perhaps just don't realise. So for example, in the way in which we use our engagement survey, so Peakon is very AI driven. It happens in the space where someone's presenting an invoice for reimbursements. The header details are all picked up through for the screenshot that somebody can take. So I think that happens. People aren't too worried about it. It's just a natural, logical thing. And then I think you've got the piece around what AI might do progressively for you into the unknown space. Can it make a planning process much simpler and propose 2 or 3 scenarios for a budget that require far less of that human interaction? So I think it's exciting. I think it's a little bit daunting. But I think the one thing that I can say for sure is no matter what form the AI is, it will only work if the data is right. And that's a big piece of work that we're going through at the moment. To get the paucity we have of data addressed so it can feed wherever we go with AI.
Yeah, well, in this industry in particular, your people are not only your biggest asset, but they're also your source of revenue, which is really, really key and differentiating for this industry. So anything that you can do to move the needle in preventing that attrition is really, really critical and important. In a recent survey by SPI, they estimate the average attrition in this industry is 14 to 15%. So it's really, really costly when that happens, and it's also lost revenue when you lose those people. So anything like from AI-assisted career coaching or improving that employee experience, anything that can move the needle has a really big impact.
I think the biggest single benefit, I think HR and finance and payroll within the same single platform is that no one's arguing about the data, what the data means. And you can also build together all the business processes that sit around things. So you can basically commoditize everything that makes the platform work effectively. So you're in a much better position to consume the information, to consume the data, to drive business change by focusing on both the data and the business process, and having common ownership. The platform code is all the same. You're not talking about modules that fit together and have to integrate and interface. You remove a significant amount of debate and of noise from what should be a really well-run business process and business system.
Well, I think there'll be an acceleration in the pace at which things happen within the function. As I described earlier, speed is key. I also think the IT function is going to take a different attitude towards what's core and non-core. So I expect to see IT organisations maybe looking to vendors, looking to external suppliers more for certain activities, for certain services, and then refocusing their internal capabilities on what's really core to the business. And very often that will be delivering an enhanced customer experience. So a refocusing, I think, in 2024 would be my prediction. And some of that will be triggered by the AI and generative AI opportunity and the focus and excitement around that.